Hey guys, my name is Sills. I'm a licensed realtor here in the Central Florida area. If you're ever in the Central Florida area, be sure to visit us. We are located in Orlando. In any event, I want to do a video today on how to sell your house fast and in under 30 days. How do you do that? Number one, first question, do you need repairs or do you not need repairs on your home? If you do need repairs, are you going to repair it before it's sold or are you going to sell it as is? If you're selling it as is, that's awesome. There is a program that we offer that will allow you to repair your home and then put it on the market for sale, right? So that's the first thing. Number two, you need to get your home pre-certified. What does that mean? It means that you want to do a pre-inspection before you put the home on the market. So you could say, hey buyer, here's my inspection report. We typically do that for all of our sellers. So we literally do a home inspection for our sellers before we put the home on the market. We pay for the home inspection because we want to make sure that we're not going to have any problems coming up. So you want to do a pre-home inspection. You also want to do a preliminary title search. What does that mean? It means you want to make sure that there's no liens or there's no errors, there's no mistake on your title work, because that will also hold up closing. Number three, you want to make sure that you're pricing the home to sell. Remember, this is 2022. It's the end of 2022 that I'm doing this video. Interest rates are high, and we want to make sure we are attracting the few buyers that are still on the market, because a lot of buyers have to fall off the market because interest rates took them off the market. Interest rates went up too high. So we want to make sure we're pricing the home to sell. So make sure you're working with a reputable realtor if you're using one. And we also have a report that we could send to you on the 10 tips to ask a realtor to make sure they're the ones you want to hire to sell your home. So if you're using a realtor, you want to make sure that they're qualified. And if they're qualified, you want to listen to what they're saying to you regarding pricing. And you have to determine what is your motivation to sell. Why are you selling? Do you really need to sell this minute right now? If you do need to sell this minute right now, you need to price the home right. That is super important. The next step is, how is your roof? What is the age of your roof? If you're selling in Central Florida, insurance are very leery to insure homes that have roofs that are over 10 years old. It's just a fact. Even though it's a 30-year architectural shingle that you may have on your home, once it goes over 10 years, the insurance company is going to give your buyers a hard time to insure it. So one thing that we have our sellers do is do what is called a 4-point home inspection. You do a 4-point home inspection on the roof because the insurance company will ask for that. That way you already have it prepared for the buyer. Hey, here's a 4-point inspection on the roof. You could do your own, but here's our report that we've already done for you. Another thing is you want to get a roofer to inspect the roof to see if there's any issues or problem with the roof. If it has issues or problems, maybe you can get the roof replaced before you put the home on the market, right? It may have wind-creased shingles. It may have damages. We don't know. We want to make sure we check that because the insurance company is going to have the buyer do a 4-point home inspection if the roof is sometimes even over 5 years old. It's ridiculous, right? But one of the problems is because there's so much insurance fraud in Florida. That's what the insurance companies are saying, that many people put in insurance claims on their roof fraudulently. And so now they're making the rates really high if you have an older roof. That's crazy, right? Here is the last tip that's going to get your home sold in under 30 days. Drum roll. Are we ready? What is going to get your home sold under 30 days right now is offering to help the buyer to close on your home. This is what all the builders are doing. All the new construction builders are offering the buyers to buy down their interest rate and to help with their closing costs. So you as a seller, you want to sell your home, you're going to have to offer the buyer the same thing. So you got to decide, do you want to help the buyer with the closing costs or do you want to help the buyer to buy their interest rate down? And you have to present this to the buyer. There are different programs out there to help the buyer to buy their interest rate down. Some of these programs allow the buyers to have a lower interest rate in year one and then a little bit of higher interest rate in year two, and then finally get to the actual interest rate that at the time you're buying the home in year 3. So what does that mean? It means today, November, whatever today is, November 2022. I don't remember the date. All I know is there's a hurricane coming to Florida right now. Anyways, if the buyer is buying in November 2022, and the interest rate, let's say for instance, is at 7.5% as an example. There are some programs that will allow the buyer to pay maybe 6% in year 1 maybe 6.5% in year 2, and then maybe the 7.5% begin in year 3, and then to the end of the life of the loan, right? That's one way of buying the interest rate down. Another way of buying the interest rate down is possibly actually buying a point off the interest rate. So instead of paying 7.5, you could pay 6.5. Each buyer is going to be different. Maybe the buyer is okay with the interest rate, but they need help in their closing costs. So maybe you could help them with the closing costs, right? So you're going to have to let the buyer decide. So you have to tell in your marketing upfront, you're going to say, hey, buyer, if you buy my home, I'm willing to help you with your interest rate or your closing costs, whichever you need help with. It's also a good idea for the buyer to speak with their lender to see what is the best scenario in their situation. Are they buying on the interest rate, or are they helping with the closing costs? Either or, maybe you could help with both. But that's going to be super important. So the two most important things for getting your home sold fast in 2022 in under 30 days, I'm being realistic with this, is 1, pricing it right, and 2, helping the buyers to buy down their interest rate or their closing costs. Those two things will help to get your home sold as fast as possible. And I left the last thing for last. The last thing is use a real estate agent that has a guarantee. Our USP guarantee to our sellers are your home sold or we will buy it. So after doing all these great stuff for our sellers, if the home didn't sell in 30 days, we will buy it from them, okay? Or whatever time frame. We will work in their time frame. We agree upon a price up front. If the seller agree, we say, okay, this is our price. If you agree, great. But let's also put the home on the market to see if you get a higher price from another buyer. If we don't get a higher price from another buyer, or they can't sell it within a certain time frame, we will buy it. That's our USP. That's our promise. That's the way we do business in our company at the Giff Group. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We really appreciate it. If you have any questions, you could call or text us 407-791-4713. You should see some details at the end of this video, at the bottom of the video, as to how to email us or possibly take a look at our website. We appreciate you. We'll always be on YouTube offering you our best knowledge to help you to sell or buy a home. Real estate is our passion, so we're really passionate about this topic. But if you want to sell your home in under 30 days, number 1, price it right. Number 2, offer to help the buyer to either buy down the interest rate or to help them with their closing costs. And remember, also make sure you get your home pre-certified. What do I mean by that? It means you're going to do a home inspection beforehand. We cover that cost if you're using us. You're going to do a preliminary title search before you put the home on the market, because those are the two biggest things that will delay your closing. Thank you so much, guys. See you on the next video.